Today is September 1st, 2015, the day on which two things happen, which is not as good as they could be, but, not bad. One is that Amazon has decided to ban Flash ads starting today, September 1st. And it's interesting because it would be great if they were saying no more, we're no longer going to accept Flash ads as a concept because they're insecure. Instead, Amazon's posting said that this is driven by recent browser setting updates from Google Chrome and existing browser settings from Mozilla Firefox and Apple Safari, for example. And what they're referring to there is the click-to-play settings, where it doesn't come up and just run. You have to click on it in order to make it go. Amazon continues saying that limits Flash content displayed on web pages. This change ensures customers continue to have a positive, consistent experience across Amazon and its affiliates, and that ads displayed across the site function properly for optimal performance. So essentially what they're saying is, we don't want to take ads that we're not going to be able to serve, so let's all stop doing this. At the same time, and they did mention that the change is coming to Chrome, which also land today. Google has had what has been an experimental setting on the content page. If you go to Chrome in the URL bar of Chrome, Chrome://settings/content. That brings up a sort of a dialog window with a whole bunch of stuff. And if you scroll down a ways, you'll find a section, plugins. And it used to be that the first one was selected, run all plugin content. And in screenshots that are still around the net, it says parens recommended, which is what Chrome does for the settings that it defaults to. Today, and from now on, it's choosing the second setting, which they call, instead of run all plugin content, it's detect and run important plugin content. And this has got to be one of those things where they sat around for a while trying to think, okay, what do we call this? They don't
want to say safe, although that's the implication, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, what they really want to say, I think, is first party. The idea is that things like games that the site themselves are offering,
or
video
our
content,
video maybe. Well, actually, ours is third party. Right?
Yeah,
the Ustream video would be third party on a TWiT site.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they make the determination. Yeah, you might want to go see if it plays your stuff.
Yeah.
And then it says in the original description, it says Chrome.
Does play it. Which it's a little confusing because it plays it and it's showing me setting the content settings from a few seconds ago. Should we choose the third one? Let me choose when to run plugin content. Would that be better?
See, I've got that in my notes as SMG's recommendation, because then again, for safety, I would say. And for example, I have Firefox set up the same way. It's called click to play, and you do that in Firefox by going to your plugins page, and over on the right there's all of the plugins listed have drop down list boxes, as they're technically termed, and it always says always run, but you can change it to click to run, actually, in which case it just comes up and shows you sort of a Lego block, and it says, click here if you wish to run this. Because Flash has been such a security problem in the past, and for our audience, and also because we're seeing just content on web pages which is jumping up and down and screaming out and crying for our attention. It's like, I think, the third setting under Chrome is let me choose when to run plugin content. And there is a manage exceptions option then after those three radio buttons, where if for example, say that your own intranet uses some content in ways that, for a stock ticker or who knows, something that where you inherently believe it's not malicious. You would want to you might say, ask me if I want to run content rather than running it without asking. But for the following sites, just go ahead and do it. So we get the best of all worlds that way.